Have you ever stopped to think about the incredible network that's running inside your body right now? It's like a high-speed internet connection that controls your every single move. Today, we're going to dive into the amazing world of control and coordination, a system that works faster than you can even think. So let's start with something you've probably experienced. You get too close to a flame or touch a hot pan, and your hand just yanks itself back before your brain even goes, ouch. How is that even possible? Well, that's the exact mystery we're going to solve today. All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll look at how our body responds to the world. Then we'll meet the body's data cables and see how they pass messages. We'll compare thinking versus instinct. And finally, we'll uncover the body's ultimate survival shortcut. Let's jump in. Okay, section 1, responding to the world. You know, every living organism, whether it's a plant turning towards the sun or you and me, has to react to what's going on around it just to stay alive. And we're not talking about big life decisions here. We're talking about constant, tiny adjustments every second of the day. So let's go back to that hot object. Touching it is what we call a stimulus. It's a change in your environment that your body immediately flags as dangerous. So the response has to be instant, right, to prevent a serious burn. So how does that danger message get sent and acted on so unbelievably fast? To figure that out, we need to meet the main character of our story, the neuron. Just think of it like your body's own personal high-speed data cable. It's the building block of our entire nervous system. And here it is, the neuron, or nerve cell. Kind of looks like a little tree with long roots, doesn't it? But this tiny, specialized cell is the foundation of our body's information superhighway. You have billions of these, and they form a massive network that can send a signal from your big toe to your brain in the blink of an eye. Now, what's really cool is how this signal travels. It's a one-way street. The message comes in through these little branches, the dendrites. It gets processed in the main cell body, and then whoosh, it's sent flying down this long tail, called the axon, as an electrical impulse on its way to the next stop. So how does the neuron get that information in the first place? Well, that's where receptors come in. These are the super specialized tips of your nerve cells, and they're everywhere. In your skin, your eyes, your nose. They are the frontline sensors, picking up everything from the heat of that flame to the smell of pizza. Okay, so we've got this electrical signal zipping down one neuron. But what happens when it gets to the end? How does it tell the next neuron what's going on? Because here's the thing, they don't actually touch. There's a tiny, tiny gap between them. So how does the message make that leap? This little gap is called a synapse. And this, my friends, is where the real magic happens. See, the electrical signal can't just jump across that gap. So instead, it does this incredible quick change, transforming from an electrical signal into a chemical one, just so it can ferry the message across to the next neuron. And this is a great look at how that chemical handoff works, especially when a nerve needs to tell a muscle what to do. The electrical impulse gets to the end of the nerve, and it releases these special chemicals. Those chemicals float across the gap, that's the synapse, and then they kick off a brand new electrical impulse on the other side. That's how a thought becomes an action. All right, now that we know how these signals travel, let's look at the different highways they can take. Because, not all responses are the same. There's a world of difference between a response you have to think about and one that's pure lightning-fast instinct. Just look at this breakdown. The thinking process, like trying to solve a math problem, is complex. It involves the brain, a whole bunch of neurons, and it's kind of slow. But a reflex action, like pulling your hand away from that flame, is the total opposite. It's simple, it's direct, and it is instantaneous. And the secret to its speed, it often doesn't even bother going to the brain. It takes a shortcut. And this brings us right to the heart of the matter. In a real emergency, waiting for a signal to go all the way to your brain, get processed, and then come all the way back, it's just too slow. You'd get seriously hurt. So what is the body's brilliant solution to this problem? The answer is something called the reflex arc. This is the body's built-in, pre-programmed emergency response system. It's an incredible survival shortcut, and it's the real reason behind your seemingly superhuman reaction speed. Now, the most important thing to understand about the reflex arc is that it's a nerve pathway that lets you react without thinking. The danger signal travels to the spinal cord, and the spinal cord itself immediately sends back the command to move. The brain is literally cut out of the initial decision-making loop. So let's trace that path super quick. Step 1, receptors in your skin scream hot. Step 2,
A sensory neuron shoots that message straight to your spinal cord. Step 3, your spinal cord, without waiting for the brain, immediately sends an order out along a motor neuron. And step 4, that motor neuron tells the muscle in your arm to contract, pulling your hand to safety. Boom. And here is the absolutely mind-blowing part. That whole sequence of events is over and done with, and your hand is already moving away before the pain signal has even finished its journey up to your brain. The action literally happens before you're even aware of the pain. So why on earth do we have a system like this? Well, it all comes down to evolution. As this says, reflex arcs evolved in animals for one simple reason. The thinking process of the brain is just not fast enough for survival in a dangerous world. This shortcut is pure evolutionary genius. And there you have it. We've solved the mystery from the beginning. The reflex arc is an automatic, life-saving response that operates faster than consciousness itself. Your spinal cord takes over to protect you without waiting for permission from headquarters up in the brain. All right, let's do a quick recap. The big takeaways are: neurons are our body's super fast messengers. The synapse is that critical gap where they communicate. And the most important tool we have is the reflex arc. It's that vital survival shortcut that protects us from danger way faster than we can think.
Hey, if this explainer helped make sense of a tricky topic, just imagine what we could do for the rest of your Class 10 science syllabus. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for the A1 Institute YouTube channel to keep the learning going.
And if you're looking for a bit more support, whether it's for admissions, getting complete notes, or just some expert guidance, A1 Institute is here for you. All the details on how to contact us are right there in the description. So I'll leave you with one final thing to think about. We've just seen how our body can literally save us without any help from our conscious brain. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other incredible automatic systems are running behind the scenes, keeping us alive, that we don't even know about? Thanks for watching.